back to Creative Tuesdays with Liz. I'm very excited again to be here this week. I hope that everybody has just truly enjoyed their time of creating and just making art, and that you're ready to get started again this week. I do want to mention that I was able to log on to the social media for the Arts Council and see everybody's artwork that they've sent in, and I just loved it. I love it. I was so excited to see your artwork, and so I want to thank you for sending in pictures of your artwork that you're creating, and just encourage you to keep on doing that. Please do always send it in. So today we will be creating an abstract collage. So what you're going to need for this, you're going to need some plain paper, colored paper. You'll need all kind of coloring utensils, crayons, markers. If you wanted to use watercolors, that would be fine too. So what we're going to do, we will have some papers that are just covered in all kinds of different colors. And then we're going to cut those papers up into different shapes and different sizes, and we're going to rearrange those and create a picture, a collage type, onto a separate sheet of paper. So, and if the week that we did the watercolor painting, if you just created a whole lot of watercolor pictures and you didn't really want to keep them, but you still had them, get those back out. I have a few more left over, so I'm going to use those to cut up. And also you can create some crayon rubbing pictures to do. If you might want to go outside on the bumpy sidewalk, or if you have any type of textured area in your home, you can just lay your paper on that. You can rub that and it'll come up with some different textures or designs. And if you don't and you just want to color all over your paper, you can do that as well. That won't be any problem. But I really just want you to color in all the sections of your paper. So you can just color all over it. Use different shades, different colors. You can put some different things in the background. I'm doing some little brown circles and then coloring over it with the orange and kind of creating a little design there. Another neat thing to do is if you had other paper or different things that were cut up, you could lay them underneath your paper. And when you get ready to do your rubbings, the edges, the little edge and corners of the paper that you have underneath it will show up on this. So I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I've just kind of laid out some different cut pieces of paper, and then I'm going to lay this paper that I'm coloring on top of it, and I'm just going to kind of start coloring, and then you can see some edges show up from the different papers that I have underneath there. You'll be able to see where you have where each paper starts and ends that's underneath it. So that's kind of like a textured rubbing that we're going to do. So I don't know if you can see this, kind of just the separate areas that's showing up, and that just kind of gives it a different little design. You can do that, or like I said, you can just kind of color all over it. And I just want you to create a lot of different colored areas that you can cut up and have different shapes and sizes of, so that you can have a really good variety when you get ready to create your collage picture. Fall is slowly coming in. I hope that everybody's looking forward to just some cool times, and hopefully maybe with the cooler weather coming, you'll feel like you can go outside more or stay out a little bit longer without getting so overheated and everything. And you know, maybe you can create some nature art more while you're out there and everything. I love to be outside, but yeah, I don't really want to just get overheated all the time. So I like it when it starts to get a little bit cooler, that I can stay outside longer amounts of time. But I want you to just get different pictures, different coloring areas, and just fill it up, like I said. Fill it up. You can overlap your coloring. And I've got some cut out from some of the watercolor pictures that I had. So I've just cut out some different size squares. I cut out some other shapes here. This is, let's see if we can count the sides on here. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This has 8 sides, so it is a octagon shape. So you can cut out any kind of shapes you want to. A shape with 3 sides, a triangle. Oh, I might cut some circles out of this one. I don't have any circle shapes yet. And if you want to turn your paper over on the back and draw the shapes that you want to cut out of it, you can go ahead and do that, and then it might just be easier for you to see where you're cutting and everything, and it just might be a little bit better for you. So you can draw your shapes that you want to cut on the back. And then just cut your different shapes out. They don't have to be regular shapes like circles, squares, triangles, octagons. You can do some just odd kind of organic shapes if you want to, where we just kind of twist and turn our scissors. And if you need somebody to help you cut, so I am certain that somebody would be more than glad to help you. But just kind of get your pieces cut there, and so you can have as many different things to choose from as you'd like to create your picture. I'll cut out a few more circles here. You can just even create different strips if you'd like, where you just kind of have some long, slender pieces here. All right. And you can choose a plain white piece of paper to glue all these pieces down on, or you can get a piece of colored construction paper and glue it all down. So you might just kind of want to play around with it a little before you actually glue it down in place. So just kind of get some of your pieces out and just see what you can come up with. So start to lay all of your pieces. I think I want another skinny strip. So I'll cut another one of those up. And then I'll cut that out of a different one. It can hang off the page. It can all be on the page. They can overlap. They don't have to overlap. Remember, this is all about the process, and I want you to just really enjoy creating this artwork. So there are no certain rules, no right or wrong in how you create your piece of art. So any way that you do it would be just wonderful. you can create a certain type of picture, a house, a person, whatever you wanted to do. Or you can just kind of lay out random designs and create something from that. So you might just want to lay them out, and then before you glue them down in place, and just kind of get a design set together that you like. So you can just lay them all out, and when you get it the way that you want it to, you can glue them down. If you wanted to just do it on a plain piece of paper, and you could just lay out rows of your shapes that you've cut. Just keep laying all of those out. There is, like I said, no right or wrong. One way is not better than the other. It is whatever you like. As long as you are enjoying this, then I think that you are getting it down pat. So you can lay them out this way, however you want to do it. Just have fun with it. And if you needed to pause the video, if you're still creating your coloring pages or your designs that you need to cut, pause the video while you cut. And even if you're not finished when the video is over, that is okay. You do not have to be finished when the video is over. You can continue to work on it. So just enjoy this, and hopefully it's something that you can create more of if you have time, and just kind of gives you a new different little technique of creating something there, a new style. Next week we will come together and create a 3D paper strip sculpture. So here is an example. You will need just a piece of cardboard, any piece of cardboard. It can be from a cereal box. It can be from a box that got shipped to your house. It can be anything. It can be any size. Your cardboard that you use is going to be the base for your sculpture. So any size that you choose will be fine. And then you're going to need to gather some different colored pieces of paper, and you're going to cut those into strips. You can cut long strips, shorter strips. You can cut them thick or thin. Just cut up a bunch of different strips. And then you'll need some scissors and glue. And when you're gluing down, you might want to have, you don't have to, but it might be easy for you to get some clothes pegs or binder clips that while you're gluing it down, you can kind of hold it down in place while the glue is drying. So, like I said, that's optional. You don't have to have those, but just cut out different size shapes. And if you decide to create your sculpture with only one color, or just different shades of the same color, however you want to do this as well. So you can cut out as many strips as you want. So come together next week as we create our 3D paper strip sculpture. And I look forward to seeing you then. And I hope that you've enjoyed today. And don't forget to send us your pictures, the Lancaster County Council of the Arts, and tag us in those so that we can see them. And I really do enjoy getting to see all the artwork that people are creating. One that's really stood out to me is Miss Pat's your glue and charcoal drawing, or glue pastel drawing. I love that one with the face. It turned out really cool. But so please do tag us, and I will see you next week as we come together and create our 3D paper strip art. Thanks!